Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's and today we're going to be talking about the MVP race. How after tonight is literally a tie between two guys, the two best centers in the league, Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. It is extremely close right now. Both guys had amazing performances. Nikola Jokic had a 30-point triple-double. Joel Embiid had 43. I mean, it's insane how close this MVP race is. It's literally neck and neck right now. A guy makes a mistake, it's like that person who didn't make the mistake is now the front runner, and then it's vice versa. You know, it's crazy. This MVP race honestly is the closest I think I've ever seen any. Like I don't remember any other MVP race that's been this close. I mean, like maybe 2011 with LeBron and D Rose, even if that was close, I don't know. You know, maybe it was, I have no idea, but like this is like, bro, game after game is gonna be decided who wins. Like, it's ridiculous, but it's fun to watch. It's like now it's must see to watch Nikola Jokic or must see to watch Joel Embiid. They both have valid reasons why they should win the MVP. Joel Embiid, you know, this year he didn't play with Ben Simmons. He didn't really play with he played with Tobias Harris, but, you know, the co-star that he wanted to play with, Ben Simmons, I don't know if he wanted to play with him, did not play whatsoever, then got traded, you know? So he kind of played in a way, I want to say by himself, because it's not like the 76ers are a bad team, you know, without Ben Simmons. Like, without Ben Simmons, they're still a solid team. With them, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, you know, Matisse Thybulle, and all those guys. And when they had Steph Curry and all them, they were a good team. But they were not like an amazing team, you know. They were going to have struggles and stuff like that. But they were able to stay like a top 5 seed, like top 4, top 3. And right now, they're the 2nd seed right now. Obviously, with James Harden, they have been winning games. And James Harden's had a huge impact. He's fit with this team pretty much perfectly thus far. You know, he has played exceptional with them so far. So, hey man, it seems like this is a really good fit. And now they're the 2nd seed, and, you know, the MVP usually they give it to, like, you know, with Steve Nash, they were the #1 seed, and he was the best player on that team. That's why they gave it to him. Right now, they're the 2nd seed, and if they could get to the 1st seed in the East, and Joel Embiid is still like the leading scorer, is still putting up amazing numbers, I can see them giving it to him, just because they're the #1 seed and he's the leading scorer in the league, you know. So that's kind of like the narrative that you can put for Joel Embiid. For Nikola Jokic, on the other hand, he's played with no Jamal Murray, no Michael Porter Jr. basically for this whole year. And he's putting up insane numbers. I mean, he's averaging, what, 25, 26 a game with 13, almost 14 rebounds. I mean, if you want to round it up, he's averaging 14 rebounds and 8 assists. Like, he's pretty much averaging a triple-double. And, I mean, who's the 2nd best player? I mean, Aaron Gordon, you know, Monte Morris. Like, they have decent players, obviously. Like, you can't just win without with just Nikola Jokic, right? Or maybe you could, who knows? But Nikola Jokic makes everybody around him better, you know? He is such an amazing playmaker. You know, he's able to find people when they come back door, find people when they're open for a 3. You know, he is the vital person, the most vital person for that team, bar none. Not even close. Jamal Murray, obviously, they need Jamal Murray. If they want to win a championship, they're going to need Jamal Murray. They're going to need Michael Porter Jr. because those are really solid key guys. You know, Jamal Murray damn near could be an all-star when he comes back. Well, hopefully, you know, he's had a tough injury, I believe. I don't know if he tore his ACL or MCL for something. He tore something, and he hasn't been playing for, what, a year and a half now? So they haven't had no Jamal Murray, you know. And he's a vital piece to that team, you know. Without them, I mean, listen, Nikola Jokic is probably going to maybe get them past the 1st round, and maybe the 2nd round is where they struggle, just like what happened last year with them and the Phoenix Suns. But Nikola Jokic, I mean, the narrative that he's literally like the top star, and like everybody else is like just role players. To be honest with you, it's crazy, you know. And I understand that tonight that they played the Warriors and without Curry and Klay Thompson, so you know they had I think Moses Moody, who averages 3 points per game. I believe that's his name, Moses Moody. Averaged 3 points a game. He had 30, which is crazy, but still, you know, they were able to win that game as well. You know, it's crazy. It's pretty much must-watch for both guys. Like, they are must-watch teams now. The Philadelphia 76ers and the Denver Nuggets are must-watch teams because both of those guys put up amazing numbers almost every single game. They are extremely consistent. A lot of people like to talk about Joel Embiid, by the way, about him shooting a lot of free throws. But listen, Joel Embiid is still an amazing scorer. You know, I understand that free throws are a big, vital part to his, you know, the way he plays. But, I mean, listen, it's still impressive for a big man to average those kind of numbers. You know, average almost 30 points a game. I mean, listen, he's one of the most skilled big men that we've seen, like, offensively. One of the best since a long time, you know what I'm saying? Like, a guy with a crazy post game, you know, and same thing with Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is so talented. These two guys are so talented, and these are the two best centers in the league, and the two best, like, the leading MVP getters right now are the two best centers in the league. When we all thought that the center position was dying, you know, like small ball was going to take over and the center position was going to be forgotten. These guys saved the center position pretty much because the way they've been playing, and obviously like the centers were never going to go. If you're 7 feet tall, you're going to make an NBA roster no matter what. But still, like, it is now a prominent position again, and people are taking it more seriously than they did years ago, because of this level of play from both of these guys. But if I had to give the edge to one person, it will probably be Joel, just because they got they're a higher seed. They're the second seed right now. They can probably get the first seed. And depending on how Miami Heat are the number 1 seed. Depending on how Miami plays, I don't know if they won or lost tonight. I know they played the Rockets. I watched a little bit of the game. I watched like the second quarter, and they were down, but they kind of picked it up a little bit. But that's besides the point. But we're gonna see how that goes. You know, if they keep James Harden stays healthy, same thing with Joel Embiid and the rest of the guys, they could probably end up being the first seed. And I believe if they get the first seed, even if they just keep the second seed, if they secure the second seed, I think there will be. I think Embiid will be the MVP, just because the NBA likes to look at. They like to look at records, NBA team records, more than they do just the individual performance. It's rare when you give an MVP to a guy whose team is not really that good. The only like exception was Russell Westbrook, just because he had a sensational year. You know, he had an insane year. That's why they gave it to him. So, but both guys are having sensational years, but Joel Embiid is having a great year, but he's a higher seed, and there's that opportunity for him to get the number 1 seed in the East once again. And I think they'll give it to him just based off that, you know. But we'll see what happens. You know, there's still plenty of time left in the season. You know, there's a lot of games to be played for both of those guys, and it's like back and forth right now. It's like who is going to kind of have it's pretty much somebody could go in a slump. You know what I'm saying? Like in a shooting slump, or, you know, games where they don't really play that well, where they underperform, and maybe that will be the reason why said person will lose the MVP battle, you know. So still plenty of time left, but if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon with another video. Peace.